In this video, I will be showing you how to use Claude AI API with Python. So let's get started. The prerequisite is going to be you must have Python installed in your system, and also you must pay and get some Claude API credits. If you want to know how to do that, you can just click on the card that is appearing on top. Just get some Claude credits. So first step is just search for Claude console and make sure that you are creating an account and signing in, and of course get some credits. Once you do all these, you'll be taken into their dashboard. The first step is we need to get an API key. So here we'll be having get API key, or under manage we'll be having API keys. So create key, and we can just have a name Python. Click on add. Make sure that you are copying this API key and keeping it somewhere, and close it. If you want to delete this API key or disable it, you can do that. And now we need to get the Python code. For that, to the leftmost bottom we'll be having the documentation. Just open this, and we'll be having here all the information about Claude API. Here click on quick start. Here we are having so many ways how we can call the API. Our focus is on Python. We must define the Claude API. We can have this in an environment variable. That's what they have given. And after that, we need to run the command pip install Anthropic. So I will just copy this, and here I'm having a empty file in Visual Studio Code. I will just run this command. So make sure that you're having Python installed before running this. And next step is we can simply copy the Python code that they have given. Yes, so these are some of the input parameters that they are passing, which is the messages. Here we'll be sending the prompt, and this is the maximum output tokens. Really important parameter, because by this way we can determine the number of output tokens or number of words in the response that get generated. So the next one is the model. Here you can specify the Claude model name. So to find the models and their pricing, to the top we'll be having this tabs features. So here we can simply go to models and pricing, and we'll be getting the list of models available from Claude. So we are currently having these many models, latest model comparison, and we are having choosing a model. Like, what are the parameters that you need to see before choosing a model? You can just go through all of these, and at the end we'll be having pricing. So here we are having these many models, the old models also, and these are their pricing per million tokens. So you can just go through it and choose the model based upon your use case. So for this video, I'm just going to go with Claude Haiku. So I'll just copy this, and I'll just change the model over here. And rather than this, I will just give a different prompt. Now the final step is we just need to link this API key that we copied earlier to our code. So for that, rather than directly hard coding it in the code, we can access it with a environment variable, which is that .env file. So for that, just run this pip command, which is pip install python -.env, and hit enter. Now inside your folder, create a .env file. So it's going to be .env, and inside the .env you can simply have a variable name. In this case, I'm just having Anthropic API key, and just pass the API key that we copied earlier. Now we need to just access the variable in our code. So for that, we need to import these two. Okay, import os, and from .env import load.env. And next is we must call the load.env. So just come here, just call this function. This loads the environment variable, and next is inside this Anthropic object, it's going to be API underscore key equals os dot get env, and within this, within double quotes, do this. That's the code. Final step is we just need to run it. So basically, message will have the entire response along with the response metadata, and we are just filtering the content from it. So for running this, it's simple. It's going to be Python, your file name with the extension, and hit enter. And as you can see, I am getting the poem over here. It's coming like this. And what if you wanted to display this in a proper text format, because it's coming inside this text block object. Here we are having the print, right? Just have content access the 0th element dot text. Okay, this will directly give access to the response that we are getting. So now let me rerun it again. I'm directly getting the response without any objects. So this is the simplest way how you can use it with Python, and you can simply call this particular function inside a API call if you're having, and just return the response to your front end or any other subsequent process that you're having. Another very important input parameter that you can pass is the thinking mode. So under build, you'll be having this model capabilities, and this entire section is super important. If you're using Claude API, I would recommend you to just go through this entire list of documentation, especially model capabilities. So first, they're having extended thinking. We are having this thinking parameter that we can pass, whereas thinking can be enabled, and we are having budget tokens also. So by this way, we can decide if our model has to think or not. If we use this adaptive thinking way, we will be dynamically letting Claude to determine how much thinking it has to perform. So for that, we'll be passing the thinking type as adaptive. And apart from that, we're having the effort. So this is also quite similar to that. We are having effort levels, which is max, high, medium, and low. And they have clearly explained it over here, right? Control how many tokens Claude uses when responding with the effort parameter. So you can just go through these, and apart from that, pretty much straightforward. We are having the fast mode, structure output, streaming messages, batch processing, search results. You can simply go through it. And now to check the usage, here we are having analytics, and it's saying us usage, and it's showing us the model that I have used and the number of tokens in and tokens out also. You can just calculate your cost and the usage from this interface. That's the video, guys. Do check the playlist of my channel. Done a lot of videos in programming and AI tools. Subscribe me. Thanks for watching.